He's got many different names throughout all the ages and pantheons. But I'm going to start with Kronos specifically because pretty much all of Western culture is based off of Greek culture. Even the Roman culture was based off of the Greek culture. In ancient Rome, more people spoke Greek than they did Italian or Roman. Look it up. It's the truth. The name Kronos or Cronus, and he was the god of time and the harvest. Okay, first you need to understand that the sun and Saturn are inseparable. They are each other's opposite, right? One is death, one gives life. One is the light, one is the darkness. They are the yin and the yang of each other. Saturn is basically the malevolent counterpart or opposite of the sun and is completely inseparable from him. So if you look at the word Kronos or Cronus, the etymology that it is derived from the word Karen, K-A-R-N, which means to shine. And you also get the words coronal, carnal, which is carnal sexual energy, which is how it is believed that you raise the kundalini, or at least one of the ways. Coronate and crown. And when you see a crown, you think of all the spikes coming out of it. What does that represent? The rays of the sun. And they're all derived from that word, the ancient Greek word. Also, in alchemy, he was called the Sol Niger, or the Black Sun. Saturday is the last day of the week, and Sunday is the first day of the week. And the Sumerians called the last day of the week the evil day. And Sunday, of course, the first would be the first day of the week, the life day. But you see how they're always intertwined or inseparable. Even though one starts and one ends, they still touch in a way, right? And that brings me to the celebration of Saturnalia, which was in December around the solstice. This is a Roman celebration. It took place in December, which is Saturn's time, specifically because of the harvest, and Saturn did represent the harvest, and it was because of the solstice. But the birth of Sol Invictus, which is the unconquered sun, was right after Saturnalia, right around when the days on the solstice, when the days got longer, or right after. And that's what Christmas is based off of, basically completely, is off of that celebration. Not just that celebration, but it's representative of that time of the year. And our culture is based off the Greek, and the Romans were based off the Greek as well. Which brings me to Santa Claus, and then his counterpart, Krampus. Krampus has horns and hooves like a goat, Capricorn, and was the one that would take your children away if they were bad. And Santa Claus, of course, would be the Christ-like, or the one that brings gifts. And of course, one represents the sun, and the other represents Saturn. And if you look at the taking away the boys and girls, it mimics Kronos, which is Saturn, who ate his 12 children, 12 signs of the zodiac, except Rhea, his wife, gave him a stone instead of Zeus. So he believed he ate Zeus, but didn't. Zeus grew up and overthrew him and castrated him. And that also correlates with Moloch, or Molech, the Canaanite god, who also ate children, or even the god Bel in the Babylonian pantheon, which literally translate as Lord or Master, and who is considered both Saturn and Sol, or Sun. The Greeks, as well as Carl Jung and Marsilio Ficino. Marsilio, you know who Carl Jung is probably. I talk about him all the time. Marsilio Ficino is also a Renaissance astrologer. Called him Oikodespotes, which is Greek for master of the house. And make no mistake, he is the master of the house. And here's a quote from Jung. In the form of a dove, she, Sophia, descended into the water and begot Saturn, who is identical with Yahweh, or Jehovah. Saturn, as we have already mentioned, is the other sun, or the Sol Niger, black sun of alchemy. I hope in that you can kind of start to see and understand how strong the influence of Saturn is. It's as strong as the sun because it's inseparable. And it's very important.